Prime mover is of course Saudi Arabia, the biggest country there. Second, of course, others are all chamchas: Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain. So totally 6 countries are part of. Headquarters is in capital of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council. So Gulf Cooperation Council is of course all the countries in that Persian Gulf except Iran. Iran of course is enemy of Saudi Arabia. So obviously they won't allow Iran to become a part of that. So you can say this is the prime mover is of course Saudi Arabia, the biggest country there. Second, of course, others are all chamchas: Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries are part of. Headquarters is in capital of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So this organization came into force in 1981. So you can just see those countries, Gulf Cooperation Council countries. I'll just show you on the map. So this is on the other side of the Gulf. So you can see Iran geographically is part of the Gulf, but due to geopolitical reasons they are not invited them. So we have UAE here, Dubai, Abu Dhabi and all that. Oman is here. Why Yemen is not there? Because Yemen is geographically part of the Persian Gulf. This is on Arabian Sea and all on Red Sea or of Gulf of Aden. So Gulf of Aden is mentioned, but Aden is not shown there. So funny Google map. So UAE is there, Oman is there. You can see Qatar is here. You can see Bahrain is a small island nation which is connected to Saudi Arabia by a sea bridge is also there. The bigger Saudi Arabia is there, and we have the Kuwait, the northern side of that. Kuwait is also there. So these are the countries, 6 countries which are part of. Iraq is not there because in the 1980s it was fighting with Iran. So maybe that is the reason they did. But anyway, Saddam Hussein never really respected the Saudi kings. He was probably that's the reason they didn't invite him to join GCC when it was formed. So during the present, they have annual summit meets and all that, and but there have been a lot of problem brewing in GCC itself. Brief background I will give, and then I say what happened in this present time. So Qatar, over a period of time, Qatar, you can see another kingdom, Emir is there. So Qatar is not an island, so it is connected to Saudi Arabia. Land boundary is there. Capital of Qatar is Doha. Qatar and Qatar has become rich in the recent years, mega rich due to gas. Saudi Arabia mainly has oil. Oman and Qatar have gas reserves. So not only that, the important gas field of Qatar, it shares with Iran on the other side. So Qatar has improved relations with Iran. As I said, GCC, everybody has to be chamcha of Saudi Arabia. None can have good relations with Iran, which is enemy of Saudi Arabia. So, but Qatar was maintaining good relations, diplomatic relations, and they were jointly developing that big South Pars gas field. That's the name of the gas field which both of them share. So, if they keep on fighting, they can't develop this. This is economically not good. So, South Pars gas field, one of the biggest gas fields in the world, is shared between Qatar and Iran. So, they were jointly developing it. Saudi Arabia didn't like it. And Qatar, because they got money, they don't also bother too much about the Saudis, what they are saying. So, Saudi was waiting for a time, and Trump and Mohammed bin Salman were buddies. So, in 2017, Saudi and their like UAE, Bahrain and Egypt, they severed the diplomatic relations with Qatar. The reason they said was, one was explicitly Iran. They said, you are too close to Iran, you must stop diplomatic relations with Iran. And another thing they said was Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera was run by Qatar's royal family. Even today, the famous news channel, which is watched by millions of people in the Gulf. So they say you are supporting anti-monarchy groups, or you are supporting Arab Spring groups, which are essentially against for democracy and anti-dictatorship in Egypt, Muslim Brotherhood, for example. So many accusations were leveled on Qatar. and they severed economic relations, and so these countries also announced economic embargo. They said a land border between Saudi Arabia and Qatar was closed. They also said the planes coming to Qatar cannot overfly Saudi Arabia or UAE or Egypt, these countries. So Iran, then Qatar was flying all the countries to the north, then going to Iran, then coming and all that. They cannot overfly. So this was going on there, and later on other countries supporting Saudi Arabia also joined this. But Qatar didn't bother. He said, you whatever you want, you do it. Doesn't matter. We are going to sell our gas and we are becoming rich, and why should we bother about you? Though they were never removed from GCC, but there was a stalemate there. So when Trump was about to leave the US presidency, so his special envoy to West Asia was his own son-in-law. Talk about nepotism. So Ivanka Trump's husband, who is himself a Jew, was a special envoy for him to West Asia. So they wanted to do something before they go. So US brokered between Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and when during this meet in GCC meet in 2021, it was announced that Saudi Arabia will stop all the economic embargo, open the borders and allow the overflight of flight, and also restart diplomatic relations with Qatar. So Qatar essentially didn't change anything. They didn't accept any of the demands imposed by Saudi Arabia and its cronies. And this was done only in January 2021, just hardly 10 days before Mr. Trump demitted office. So he wanted to show something before he went. So that is how it happened. So Qatar, of course, all these countries are, it is said that Al-Qaeda supports democracy movements in all the other Arab countries and Muslim countries except in Qatar. Qatar is also ruled by an emir, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. As I said, his name is only Tamim bin son of Al Thani is his clan name. So he is the Amir. He is a king is called Emir of Qatar. So this happened with Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Now they have normalized their relations after 2017. A standoff which Saudi Arabia, with the loss of face, probably has to do that because under American pressure. And in Qatar, something which I am going to tell, this could be potential question, because sometimes what happens is UPSC never asks something which has happened. It will ask always one or two questions about which is going to happen. Right. So what is that thing which is going to happen and which is likely to be asked also? That is the next year World Cup in Qatar, Football World Cup, FIFA. FIFA is a governing body. FIFA World Cup is going to be conducted in that will be 22nd World Cup, Football World Cup. Football is a real global game. Cricket World Cup, when I say they call World Cup, I really laugh. When 9-10 countries play out of 193 countries in the UN, it's not really World Cup. The only truly global sport is football, people's game. Unlike tennis, which is somewhat upper class game, or golf, which is rich man's game. So this is going to be held in Qatar in 2022. Easy to remember, 2022 22nd Football World Cup. So it is going to be held in November, December. It is the first time normally Football World Cup is held in May, June in the European summer or South American summer. So first time is going to be held in November, December. The reason is Qatar is in desert. It will be damn hot in May, June. People will die. Temperatures will go 45, 50 degrees. On the ground, it will be 50 degrees also. So it is not possible to host it. So for the very first time, the World Cup is going to be held in the second half of the year in the winter period. Still, it will be hot. Football is good if you play at 15 degrees, 20 degrees Celsius, but still it will be 30, 35. So Qatar has promised that it will even air condition the whole stadium and the playing area also, so as to reduce the temperatures to somewhere around 15 to 20 degrees. So technological marvel. We have to wait and see how this is going to happen in the World Cup. So this World Cup is again another special. Yes, first is going to be held in November, December. That is first speciality, which is new. Second is this is going to be the first World Cup in an Arab country. So far no Arab country has hosted it. It is also the second Asian country, because previously Japan and South Korea jointly hosted it. Second Asian country to host it. Third is Qatar is the first country to host it, which has never qualified for previous any of the 21 World Cups. Qatar is not a major soccer power, football power. So football power is or European countries and the South American countries. Qatar has never qualified for any of the previous 21 World Cups. This year, of course, they will play as a host. Hosts are automatically qualified. So it's the first ever time that such a thing has happened. Now, previously, so far right now 17 countries are so far hosted the 21 World Cup. This is the 17th World Cup. So 17 countries have previously held. Some few countries have obviously done it more than once. Sometimes it's jointly hosted also. Next World Cup, this year World Cup is given only to Qatar. Next World Cup is going to be jointly hosted. So few countries have hosted it more than once. So I'm just writing. So the country which have hosted more than once are Brazil, France, Italy, Germany and Mexico have hosted it more than once. And Mexico is special because next World Cup, 2026 World Cup is going to be hosted by joint Mexico, US and Canada. If after that, Mexico will be the only country to host a football World Cup for the third time. Other countries are now in second this thing. So football World Cup is started in 1930 and it is held once in 4 years. So 21st World Cup, last World Cup was held in 2018, Russia. So some of you will remember that France won that World Cup. France are the defending champions, and the World Cup has been maximum 20, so far 21 World Cups have taken place. Brazil have won 5 times, that's the maximum, and Brazil are the only team who have qualified for every 21 tournaments. Only team so far which have qualified for every 21 tournaments. So Brazil, Pelé, you can always remember the great players, and of course later on players Zico, Socrates, later Caraca, Romario, Bebeto, then of course the original Ronaldo, not Cristiano, the original Brazilian Ronaldo, then of course Rivaldo, then of course the magician Ronaldinho, and now of course Neymar. So you can reel off big names from the 50s to the present time and all the players. Brazil recently, of course, in the Olympics also won the Olympic gold, defeating Spain in the final in the shootout, etc. when Dani Alves was the captain. Brazil has won it 5 times. Then Germany and Italy, the two powerhouses in Europe, have won 4 times. So very few countries have actually won. Only 8 countries so far only have won. All of them are either from Europe or from South America. Brazil 5 times, Germany and Italy 4. So 8 plus 5, 13 out of the 23. Then the other countries which are Argentina has won twice, France has won twice, and Uruguay has won twice. So all 2 times. So 6. So 5 plus 8, 13 plus 6, 19. So apart from that, England and Spain, probably one of the greatest ever team playing tiki-taka in 2010. Then Andres Iniesta scored the final goal in South Africa. So they have won only 1 time. So the 3 South American teams, Brazil, Argentina and Uruguay, and 5 European teams, Germany, Italy, France, Spain and England. Only 8 teams have so far won the Football World Cup. I don't see any other country winning beyond these countries in the coming World Cup also. So Qatar has faced a lot of criticism in the hosting of this World Cup, though, because they want to show off their gas wealth. So that's why they're hosting various, they co-host various athletic meets also, tennis tournaments, golf tournaments, various things just to show off their newfound wealth. But there are two things they have faced problems. So one is bribing scandal. Bribing. So it is believed that they bribed the members of FIFA to get the championship, FIFA World Championship to this thing. There have been a lot of allegations that money was paid to the FIFA members so that they vote for this. Voting takes place too because many countries want to host this, etc. So that's the first allegation. Second is labor. So they are using forced labor or slavery. In fact, most of the labor who are working in the construction of the stadiums are Indian laborers. So recently, because of all this criticism, they have changed the domestic labor law. They said we'll pay fair wages and minimum working hours and minimum standards of life. All those things we will provide. For the many workers have died also because of heat and also falling from that accidents and all that. So European media, in India we don't hear about all these allegations, but in Europe, in fact Europe, many countries like Norway say we should not go and play here because Qatar does not have good human rights conditions also. So particularly women's rights, labor rights, the way they treat the foreign labor. So we should not go and play. Also, a lot of NGOs are pressurizing the government. So maybe few countries may even withdraw also. We don't know that. So qualifiers are still going on. So we can't say that who is qualified and all that right now. Qualifiers will go on till next year. So this is about Qatar World Cup. Potential question. We don't know that. Okay, so 2022 22nd edition of Football World Cup is going to be held in Qatar, the capital being Doha. Oil wealth, gas wealth, as I clearly said. And which country has normalized relations with Qatar? Saudi Arabia, under US pressure in early 2021. Okay, so moving on, next country in the Gulf